Hi, I'm Neil, and in this video we're going to do a little bit of festive whittling. Stay tuned. I love this time of year. Clear, crisp winter morning. Everything covered in a beautiful glittery frost. Absolutely amazing. Today, as the festive season is just around the corner, we're going to do a little carving project. Something you can either use as a tree decoration or maybe even as a present. So, for this little project that we're going to be working on, the only kit we're going to need is a knife of some description. I've gone for one of the little short maurers, a small awl, and a biro. And that's all of the kit that you're going to need. Materials, you're going to need a twig from a birch tree, piece of birch that's about a hand span long by about a fist wide. This piece of wood, what I've done with this is I've split it in half like so, and then I've quartered it, so I've taken it down again and then I've split it down into an eighth. Like so. So if you're using these as ornaments to go on a Christmas tree, one piece of wood like that will give you 8 items. First thing that we're going to do with this is I'm going to take my knife, and where the apex is, I'm just going to shave that flat. Like so. Then using my biro on that top edge that I've just shaved flat, I'm just going to colour it in black. Now taking my knife just above where I've shaded it in with the biro, I'm going to cut it back towards this top edge. The cut that I'm doing is a curving cut. You should end up with something that looks something like that. So slightly finer carving now, so glasses back on. My next cut is I'm going to cut a V into that section just below where I've shaped this. So there we are, nice V cut out in from behind, with this shape piece up on the top. This little section here, I'm going to take slightly lower, have a more of a swooping curve upwards. Now, for the next cut, I'm going to put a line running across there and then cut up to it. It's to create a brow Ideally it wants to be halfway along the nose area. So it looks like that from the side, like so. So now we've got the shape of the nose starting to form. We just want to make where the ears are going to be. And to do that, we're just going to cut a couple of little V's in the sides and then trim up to them to make the ears really stand out. Like that. The next cut after that is going to be to form where the jawline is, and then we can start narrowing the neck area. These are slightly swept upwards toward the ear, and that creates the jawline. So it's starting to take shape now. You can see where the ears are going to be, the nose, we've got the brow. I want to create a couple of scoops where the ears are, so on these angled parts here, I'm just going to use the tip of my knife and just trim those back. Starts to look like that. So we've got the scoops on the ears. What we're going to do is we're going to cut a little V between the two, the piece at the top, to make the two ears really stand out. To do this, all I do is do a set of V's on one side, so cutting in one direction and then turning it and cutting in the other direction, working from both sides. So I'll create two V's and eventually I'll join them up. And on this bit I'm just using the very point of the knife just to curve, like a little curved cut to round out the space between the two ears. Starts to look a little bit like that. So you're coming along quite well now. I'm going to make the face slightly more pointed, slightly less angular, so it looks less of a dog shape. I'm just again going to use the point of the knife just to take some of those edges off. Also made a couple of little flat areas on either side for where the eyes are going to go, because it's a prey animal. The eyes are going to be on the side rather than at the front, so it's quite important that we shave those bits out. Also going to make the neck slightly more angular. If you look at a deer, it tends to have a quite an angular neck with a straight line running down through the centre, so we'll shave that as well. That will generally make the neck a lot more slender. Just trim round. Now what I'm going to do, I've shaped up the face, I'm quite happy with the face, it looks a bit more deer-like. I'm just going to use my pen to put the eyes in. Then I'm going to use my awl, I'm going to make two holes in the top, that's where the antlers are going to go. And these holes want to be quite deep because you're going to push a couple of twigs into those to form the antlers. Next I'm going to take my twig and I'm just going to trim it off where these forks are. That will give me hopefully my antler shapes. Should end up with 2 little antlers. And all I'm going to do with those is set those into the 2 holes that we made with the awl. Once you've got it to that stage, you can trim it off. You can have it flat so it can stand on a shelf, or you can round it. What I've done with this one is I've made I put a little hanging loop on it with a little metal ring, so it can be hung either from a car mirror or on a Christmas tree. And there you go. There you go. A little woodland deer. Perfect little seasonal gift. Hopefully I've made this video early enough that will give you enough time to perhaps make a few for either yourself or maybe something to give away to family and friends as gifts over the festive period. If you enjoyed our video, remember, subscribe to our channel. Till next time, stay safe.